At Think America, I try to look at what's happening and ask a few questions. I'm Suzy Q. Public, just an ordinary American asking better questions about what's really going on, like why are certain decisions made, who is actually affected, and does it make sense? So let's look at what's happening at airports across the country right now. Long lines, delays, TSA agents working without pay. This is due to a partial government shutdown, now on day 40.
At critical choke point airports, those long TSA lines are going from bad to worse to even worse.
I mean, we're all the way back to the food court, so this is a lot.
3-hour lines in Atlanta.
How long you been waiting in line?
I think it's been like forever to my feet.
NBC's Aaron Gilchrist is there.
The advice has been to check online for TSA wait times, but they don't take into account the line before the line, which could double your wait.
35 days without a full paycheck, 5,000 of the 50,000 TSA officers are calling out, often working second jobs. More than 30% calling out in Atlanta and Houston, trying to pay their rent, mortgage, car loans, food, gas, and meds.
A couple of days ago, I had to ask my 15-year-old daughter for gas money.
Tatiana Finley and her husband are both TSA officers.
I shouldn't have to go and ask my child to use her birthday money for gas.
My question is, why are federal employees being used as leverage in a political standoff? And more importantly, why is the flying public being turned into the pain point? Here's what's really going on. This shutdown is hitting the Department of Homeland Security hard. TSA, Border Patrol, ICE, the people who keep our skies and borders safe. They're showing up every day, doing their jobs, but without full paychecks, while the politicians in Washington keep getting paid on time.
I've never been here where it's like this ever.
Congress needs to get their act together. They need to come together.
This is totally not TSA's fault. This is just the government playing politics and really putting the little man in jeopardy.
So it's been like an hour and a half. Oh, no. I just want to get to my flight.
Here's what's going on. Republicans in the House and President Trump have drawn a clear line. They'll pass funding for DHS, but only if it includes the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act. Well, that's a mouthful. The Save America Act. No wonder they call it the Save America Act. That bill simply requires proof of U.S. citizenship to register to vote and a government-issued photo ID to cast a ballot in federal elections. The House already passed it earlier this year. And here's the part that should make every ordinary American stop and ask a better question. Polls show 80% of Americans support this, including strong majorities of Democrats. It's common sense election integrity. So why are Democrats in the Senate so dead set against letting it pass? Instead, Democrats keep refusing to vote for a clean funding bill unless the SAVE Act is completely stripped out. And today, after Republicans tried to meet them halfway, Democrats moved the goalposts again.
Meanwhile, any momentum toward reopening DHS, it hit a brick wall yesterday. This after Democrats pushed back against a Republican proposal that they persuaded President Trump to consider. The GOP accusing them of changing the rules in the middle of the game.
Chad Pergram's got the back and forth on the Hill, of which there has been a lot. Let's begin there. Chad, good morning in Washington.
Bill, good morning. Any possible deal was tenuous to start with. Now it's threadbare. Republicans say Democrats wanted to fund everything at DHS except ICE, so the GOP called the Democrats bluff. Now they say Democrats moved the goalpost.
Where we drew the line was on ICE and CBP, particularly as they are violating the civil liberties of Americans across the country. So if we're willing to take the differences, put those in one bucket, and pay our TSA workers. If they're coming around on it, I think we're all ears.
Republicans contend that they met Democrats where they were, and then Democrats balked.
It's really in the hands of the Democrats. We're ready to move, and we believe the legislative text is available. With consent, we could get on it, and we could do it today.
Republicans claim Democrats moved the football Lucy style. Democrats still demand that ICE agents remove masks. They also want changes for warrants.
My opposition relates to ICE and Donald Trump's violent extreme mass deportation machine. And there's got to be dramatic changes that are made, and in my view, funds withheld until that period of time.
Now, masks are a major point of contention. GOP Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton says Democrats want to ban masks so activists can dox ICE agents. The Capitol is a tinderbox as the shutdown deepens.
One frustrated traveler put it bluntly, I'm just going to vote them all out. That's all we can do. Get somebody in there with some common sense. I totally agree.
Unfortunately, I wish I had better news for you, Dana. It's not. I don't want to lose my friend here, Mark. You know, I'm meeting friends here myself because we've been here for a few days now. This is Mark. Mark, tell us how long you've been waiting here for. 2 hours. What's it been like?
Hectic. You know, I feel like cattle, you know, just going through these lines for nothing. It's crazy.
And where are you headed to?
Chicago.
Chicago. You know, people at home, they see on the news these long lines, but you've actually had to sit through it. How would you describe it to people?
Horrific. I hate it. It's disgusting. It's just terrible. I got to do it all over again next week to come back for work.
Oh, my goodness. And your message to Congress that could put an end to this quickly?
I'm just going to vote them all out. I hope people do. It's all we can do. You know, get somebody in there with common sense.
Thank you so much, Mark. Safe travels. I'm going to let you go because I know that this line is brutal.
Federal employees aren't supposed to be bargaining chips, but right now they are. And it sure looks like the flying public was picked on purpose because the pain is so visible. Long lines, missed flights, stressed out families trying to get home from spring break or trying to get to spring break. That kind of everyday frustration travels fast and gets loud. So let's ask a better question. Is the strategy here to create enough chaos and hardship for regular Americans that people get so fed up they pressure Republicans to drop the SAVE Act and just pass a blank check funding bill? Because Democrats aren't hiding what else they want. Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said, today they'll send a counteroffer back, and I can assure you it will contain significant reform in it. They want major changes to ICE, reining it in, mask off for agents, body cameras, which is good, tighter rules on warrants, the whole list. They've been clear. No funding without those reforms. Well, they also want to dox people. So the mask off to me is a common sense no go. Anyway.
This does not have any reforms in ICE. Negotiations are ongoing, and they've sent us an offer, and we'll be sending them an offer back. And I can assure you it'll contain significant reform in it.
I understand that Senator Schumer is now asking for some additional concessions in our agreement to open up everything but ICE.
Even when Senator Kennedy tried a simple resolution so senators wouldn't get paid either, shared sacrifice, the Democratic senator from Hawaii, Schatz, just said, I object, and walked right off the floor. No debate, no explanation, no return. Think about that. The politicians keep getting paid. TSA agents are getting gas cards from strangers just to make it work. And you and I are the ones standing in 3, 4, 6-hour lines. Why are Democrats willing to let this drag on when 80% of Americans, including a lot of their own voters, want the SAVE Act? What is it about requiring proof you're a citizen to vote that they're fighting so hard against? That doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Are regular travelers and federal workers being used as human shields in a fight over election integrity and how much power I should have? Drop your thoughts below. I read every single one. And if you're tired of watching everyday people pay the price for these DC games, hit subscribe and let's keep asking better questions together. And if you hear that little stuff snoring, that's my fur baby Chloe. God bless and have a great day.